Okay, so what we've gone and done is put the ISO up a little bit on this. So it's a 400mm lens on a GH2, which is effectively 800mm. We're looking down Bridge Street. We're on 16F for the lens, and we have a 125 frames a second, 1080p, 60i, and it's on vibrant mode. It's got the white balance set into the shade at 120 ISO, and that's just to bring up the light on the trees. If we wanted to just darken it a little bit, I'm just going to change the f-stop. That's 22 f-stop, and that's 32 f-stop, and it doesn't seem to make much difference actually. And if I go the other way, so that's 16, it doesn't make much difference either. So it's like the f-stop has no effect on it. So I'll have to check into that. So what else have we got here? Yep, it's just quite a good little shot down Bridge Street for the action. Those trees, I'm just by the signpost here across the road, so we're getting a bit of State Highway 1 noise going past. If I lowered the it this way, then we actually get pictures of people travelling down there, and I could technically just bring the focus in a little bit for the roundabout. And there you go, that's just got some cars bringing their number plates into focus. It's also getting trucks driving past State Highway 1. So there, isn't that beautiful, just watching how the car goes into focus and then it does its turn. So this is such a rich landscape. We're just looking at some options for a time lapse or a video footage for a competition, photo competition. So I'm just getting out with my camera just to see what it looks like and take some photos. Okay, well that's pretty good, and I might just quietly, wow, that is looking good, having a look at it back on at home. Do you think it's too bright? What do you guys think? Put some comments in the margins if you think that's too bright. But I think it looks pretty good actually. I do think it looks pretty good. If we wanted to darken it up at 125 frames a second, we could just put this out. It's 1,000 frames a second, 1,600, 2,000, 4,000. So there you go, that's 4,000 frames a second, and that really sort of darkens it up quite a lot and just changes things around. So we come back to 2,000, and then we're at 1,000. So that's at 1,000 frames a second, 4,000, 2,000 and 1,000. And I've just changed the focus, so I'll just bring that focus back. So we're just experimenting. Now that there at 1,000 frames a second looks really quite nice. You've got the cars going into focus, getting their number plates into focus as they move away from us. You can see the cars behind. I just bring the earlier cars, there you go. So that looks pretty good. A little bit of red there on the jersey, and so there you go, 1,000 frames a second, says at 120 ISO, and it's at 3 in the afternoon in August 25th of 2015, and we've had 3.5 minutes of this so far. You've seen your car drive past, toot out. We've also got it at high bit rate, 1080p. I'm repeating myself, but it's just quite hard to actually say all these things with regards to getting information onto the film. So when you guys listen to it, you actually know what the film is, because otherwise as soon as you push the stop button, that's it, it's all gone, and you have got no idea what's actually being recorded. So having a little bit of a chat to you as things happen, and I'm actually quite enjoying it. I've had people come up to me and ask me questions, and I mean, if I looked at this now, I would never know that it was actually Tokoroa. It's a vibrant little town and lots of people going through. So we'll see how the photo competition goes. Hopefully we get some more shots of this. It could become the movie capital of New Zealand. Who would have thought that Tokoroa becomes not only Silicon Valley, but also becomes a Hollywood. we got a hill we can stick that on. Anyway, I'm rambling a little bit, so I think I might just quietly just play around with the focus a little bit. There's that guy in the foreground, comes into focus, and it's got a great coloured red there that just really comes up well with in his yellow car and his blue jeans. And then, isn't that's incredible? That's 400mm lens. It just really makes things look good. So she's really happening in the 1000. I might change that a little bit down. It's 800, but I quite like the 1000. And then that's 500 there. So, I mean, this guy's getting out at 500. What do you think? You can either have 500 or you can have 1000. I don't know, it just looks good. Might be a little bit dark, so we'll go back to 500, brighten it up a bit. So there's, you got all the doors opening and closing. 3 o'clock, it must be around school time. It's busy, trucks going past. I reckon these shops here in Leith Place, 35,000 to 500,000 a year just in rents. Sorry, 50,000, 35,000 to 50,000 a year in rents. The traffic and people stopping, but then the shops down Bridge Street don't get as much. So people stop, one-stop shop in Leith Place, and then so that's what we're looking at, the cars and stuff. So that's at 500. That looks pretty good too. The colours are bright. It's at 120 ISO. I can't change that in the ISO, it's pretty much set. So if I change the ISO down, that would darken it a little bit as well. So I might try that.